guys, and welcome to our channel, Sibling Gaming. My name is Vaughn, and I'm the middle child. I'm the second sibling. Today, we have a quick guide on acing your Hyakunin Ikki event. Sorry, it's Hyakunin Ikki, right? For patch 2.1 of Genshin Impact. So let's try to go to our challenge first. Relatively easy to begin with. So this is the location. So when you finish your quest talking with this guy at the beginning of the patch, or when you have your patch installed, or when it is live, it will give you a quest that will ask you to talk to this guy and then find this challenge arena where it's a free for all battle, quote unquote, for everyone. But since this is Genshin, it's more about you beating up those enemies. So this is another challenge arena, kind of like a mini spiral abyss where you have to complete, or you have to beat these guys up, these monsters, these treasure hoarders really quickly, and the samurai really quickly before the time expires, and it's like a time trial kind of thing. So again, it's relatively easy to that challenge. Let's see here. Relatively easy challenge to start, right? But it needs some quick thinking and some strats to get to the highest score possible. I was only able to get 1,600 at the very beginning, and now I was able to get to around 5,460. Alright, so let me show you guys how I did it, and let's just go have a quick guide and a quick summary of what's going to happen when we start these events. So quick things to remember. Number one, there are no food buffs available for this event. So even if you want to have it, it's not allowed. So I think that's great, especially to be able to be fair, right? So you're not allowed to use food buffs, you're not allowed to use items, right? But there's a special event here, or there's a special thing here. So each team will only be composed of two people, or two members, or two warriors, and then you're able to create, I think, 6 teams. You're able to create 6 teams, and then you're able to swap them out one after the other. So let's see here. So these are the 6 teams here. Okay, and we will go over the configuration. But so there are 6 teams here, and you will be able to swap between them one after the other, right? So, and each team is equipped with what we call our Garyu arts, or these are kind of like buffs that you will be able to add to your team to increase efficiency. And then every 10 seconds you can use the relay skill to switch out to the next team, kind of like our character switching when in the normal modes. And then if one team stays for too long, their combat ability will decrease drastically to the point that you only make around 10 to 200 damage, which is very freaking low. So you have to switch out. And then if all the members of if one team fails, like you get whited out or blacked out, the entire challenge will fail. So make sure that you're keeping track of their health, you're keeping track of the shields, and switch out whenever you need to, right? And when the time expires. So when you switch teams and when you defeat opponents, you can accumulate fervor, and fervor provides bonuses to the damage that you do, to the burst. I think I noticed like the energy recharge is also much higher when you're having higher fervor. All right, and then every now and then you will get like a nemesis. So this really tough guy, usually it's the new samurais, the bigger, tougher samurai guys that you'll have to defeat. All right, so let's go over some of the builds that I have. So these are my characters. So what I really prioritized in my building here is that, number one, that since there are no elemental resonance for this event, by the way, I think that was not like super clear for some of us who already played. So there's no elemental resonance. So even if you put them together, like for example, Ningguang here, Ningguang and Zhongli here, they won't have geo resonance, but you will have your skills here or the extra buff. So let's see. My team 1 here is Diluc and Xingqiu. So they're fully built at level 90. And I think that they really have good synergy. I wouldn't want to run like a Diluc Benny team here, mainly because I would have a better use for Benny later. For more fragile character. So my buff that I chose here is Accidental Intent, attack speed increase since I'm using C2 Diluc. We have an increase in attack speed, and then pyro damage bonus. So very very straightforward, right? For my second team, I chose Ningguang and Chongli with our Geo buff, so 100% Geo damage bonus, followed by characters being protected by a shield. We unleash a shockwave, kind of like the ones that you saw before as buffs. And then we have Ayaka and Venti. Very good team up. If you haven't tried it out, I really suggest that you try it out. So Venti will pull in everyone, right? And then Ayaka will finish it off with her burst. So for the skills here, I chose of course the cryo thing, so that when the cryo buff, so that when Venti pulls them in, his swirl damage creates the vortex becomes cryo. So that's really good. And then the other buff is fervor accumulation rate is great increase. So very simple. Then we go to my fourth team, which is actually my hidden weapon here. I found that this team is one of the strongest that I have here, aside from the other, compared to everyone here actually that I built. So you have Benny and Xiao. Of course, you have the Bennett burst that will give you the bonus, and then he also has a full Noblesse Oblige artifact sets to increase Xiao's damage as high as possible. So we have the Scything Winds for the Animo damage bonus here. Then we have the 100% crit damage. So this one really hits the spot. So later on, while we have some gameplay, I want you to be able to look and find the highest damage that my Xiao would have done, right? And then we go to the fifth team, which will be Sucrose and Klee. So this is really good because Sucrose is the only, if I'm not mistaken, is the only Animo user that pulls in the mini bombs from Klee's skills. So you have your crowd control, and then you have your super strong pyro damage. So what I put here is actually 100% attack for the raw damage of Klee, and then elemental burst damage increased by 150%. So Klee here will be a very selfish DPS. She's gonna take up most of the time in this team. And then finally we have a bit of a fireworks team, the fireworks child comp. But we only have Xiangling and Child in here. Not my best team actually, but this works. So we have the buff here. Sorry. So for the group 5 pala, we have the all party members gain 100% attack. For the group 6, I put the crit damage here to maximize the crit potential of Child. And then we have Elemental Mastery, since we're using fireworks with the Pyronado, with Child's Hydro damage. I think it's gonna work out really well. So we'll start, and let's see what will happen in our gameplay. So stay and enjoy the video.
There's no end to this.
Rain Cutter! Time to act.
Burn! You're open! Don't gather! I will have order!
Give up! Your life is mine! Don't waste my time!
Order guide you! Solidify! You're open!
Time for takeoff. Here we go. Embrace the ice. Let's play.
Into the fairy.
I'm going in.
Disappear. Worthless. Boring. Worthless. Here. You're open.
Everybody stand there.
Get down to business.
Fine, fine, boom. Enhanced animal module 70. Absorption test. Stay clear.
Another test subject. Assault. Fry.
Riptide.
Eat this. Nice and spicy. Let me weave you a verse. Rain outlines your fate.
Retribution.
Give up. Submit.
You win.
It's nothing.
Fry. This is order. Stabilize.
Take flight. Think you can get away? Sakura swirl. My apologies.
The wrong test subject. Evil conquering. Worthless. Here. Worthless. Useless.
I'm going in. Dumpy, dumpy, go!
Another test.
Swirl, Mark 2. Blazing delight. Fine, fine, boom! Animal test 6308. Absorption test. Enhanced animal module.
Taste. Shouldn't let your guard down.
You're in toast!
The wrong test
Nova,
subject.
get them! Ring cutter. Rain outlines your fate. Know my soul.
Burn. You win. Another test subject.